Yo. Yes, people, welcome to another edition of the ManDem United podcast on Sarcasm City TV, brought to you by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note. And this is a slightly earlier podcast. I do say all the time, make sure you keep an eye on the upcoming live stream section. Large up my regular co-host, man like Zeno is in the building. What are you telling me, Zeno? You good?
Yo, I'm good, man. What are you telling me? I can't wait for this weekend.
You've been gassed ever since the result,
It's dragged on too long now. I just can't wait for the next game.
You've been gassed ever since the result. Yeah, man. You love to see it, man. United fans in a good mood, yourself, me, everybody. There's just a feel-good factor around the club.
Positive vibes, man. That's positive
vibes. And that's why we did. You doubted me. Why we did the 10 positives.
Now I blame you. You got me being positive, and now I'm on this wave where I think we can win the Premier League.
There we go. See, I won't go that far. That's a bit much, but I'm glad you're on the positive wave.
Yeah, but you started it.
Positive vibes. Yeah. Positive vibes in it, and then you took it too far. That's on you, innit? Positive vibes. But yes, like I start every single show on Sarcasm City TV. Love to everybody who's supporting in whatever capacity. Like, it's much appreciated. I'll clear up in a sec on the camera. But whether you're watching live, why am I not clearing up? There we go. We back. Whether you watch the shows live and you're in the comments, or you watch them live and you have it on in the background, or you watch the shows back, or listen on one of the audio platforms, it's much appreciated and it really doesn't go unnoticed. But please make sure you hit the like button on this video. Make sure you do that. Share it across all the socials as well. Let's get more numbers in here. Share it across all the socials, and you can go to my Twitter and Instagram at That's Me Flawless, and you can retweet and like and share it from there as well. And subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell. Make sure you do that. It's road to 4K as well, people, for Sarcasm City TV, and road to 500 followers on the Sarcasm City TV Twitch. Link for that is underneath in the description. And if you haven't seen the ManDem United podcast before, it is a podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United. Like I said, myself and Zeno, sometimes joined by a special guest, discussing all things Manchester United, because there's always something going on with our club, whether it's good, whether it's bad, get me, whether it's some wild stuff off the field, whether it's a wild result on the field, like the 5-1 against Leeds. There's always something. But I gotta welcome the special guest in it. Special guest, big guy, big personality, big guy in this YouTube space. I give him a lot of shit, but he is one of my dons in it. We actually are peoples. We do have a new show together, Stats, Facts, and Vibes podcast. And this guy's he just sees numbers. You know what I'm saying? You know, like the meme, a man see numbers when he's calculating. Like, this is this guy right here. So welcome into the show, man like Statman Baines, aka Statman Baines, aka Baines St. Patrick. What are you telling me, family? You good?
AKA FPL champion from last year.
Oh, this guy, it's because I wasn't there, innit? No one don't care about
good
that.
Intro.
You wouldn't leave, but I wasn't there, innit? You know
I want that in my name as well next time.
Yeah. All right, cool, innit? You know what? I will add that. That's how nice I am, yeah. I will add that in it, that you was the FPL champion when I wasn't around. So I'll add that, yeah? Definitely. All right?
Listen, it's fine. I'm taking it. And listen, we're going to get to FPL soon.
Yeah, we are. Statman's on smoke, innit? His FPL thing went well. His guy Nangelsman finally managed to pick up a trophy. You know what I'm saying?
Mention that.
Smiling. You know what I'm saying? The Super League might be back. You know, he's stat blatter. You know what I'm saying? He loves it. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, we need to talk about the Bundesliga, Borussia Dortmund, Bayern Munich game as well, man. Quality stuff for Julian Nagelsmann. Lifted the trophy. Flawless is jealous. Everyone is jealous because I'm winning right now.
This guy is a proper You see why I say scumbaggery with you in it? This is why I get onto Statman, people. It's exactly why I get onto Statman. Man won the German Shield, yeah? And look at you in it. The only shield we care about was in WWE, fam. Let's keep it real.
Listen, these lot were celebrating the Coupe de France, so I'm celebrating the Super Cup as well.
Listen, man. Listen to the difference between the Coupe de France and the German Shield, fam. You know what I'm saying? And
no, like the trophy actually looks sick, though.
What does the German Shield?
Yeah.
The plate thing, I've not even seen it. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie in it. But yes, Statman is in the building. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. Like I said, our show will be back tomorrow, Stats, Facts, and Vibes, which is a fantasy Premier League. So the Friday show will be on Statman's channel, and then the Monday show will be on Sarcasm City TV, and it's 3:30 p.m. Yeah, 3:30 p.m. But large up, I will get to all the comments as well. You lot, please keep your questions Manchester United related. Nippon says, hello, big up to Flawless. He says, is there a sports Q&A on Sunday because it's not showing up on the schedule? Yes, it is there. It's showing up on the schedule. Check. There is a Sarcasm City Sports Q&A on Sunday that is going down. Nippon also says, big up Zeno. Martial says, big up Flawless. Yes, Zeno, says Adam as well. MB says, big up Nangelsman's son, Statman Baines, and big up Flawless, the most hardworking done on the YouTube. Kante 2.0. Martial saying, big up Statman. Marshall says, another day with the flawless nation. Yeah, man, obviously, man's out tonight. So I was like, we have to bring you the show early. You get what I'm saying? Kian is saying we're going to win 3-0. We're going to get into all that. Big up little bro
Only
Ryan.
3-0.
He says, big up my guy. Look at this guy. You like Statman, Jesus. Big up my guy Zeno. Everybody's gassed up to the max. My guy Zeno, Statman, and the other geezer. Large up. Big up Sentiment FC. Keenan saying, Statman, where's the turtleneck? Where is the turtleneck? What go on, fam?
Listen, a turtleneck needs to be purchased soon, you know.
Yes.
Maybe when Bayern Munich win the Bundesliga.
Oh, so when you stop by the Bundesliga and that, like the 10th in a row or something like that. Yeah. Okay. Look at the shamelessness, man, innit? See how he didn't mention Champions League. See how he didn't mention Champions League. But we'll start with you, Zeno, because obviously you mentioned it. Kian said there we're going to win 3-0, and you're saying only 3-0. And as you can see from the title, it's United look to continue to build momentum versus Southampton. So, Zeno, what's your thoughts on the Southampton game?
I'm gassed. I'm not gonna lie. I've been waiting for this game for so long. Since we won against Leeds, I've been waiting for this game. I think maybe I'm over gassing it. I think maybe 3-0 is a fair prediction. And Southampton are shaky because they lost Danny Ings and Vestergaard. So I don't know.
True.
I think they're gonna get relegated as well. I think it might be a walk in the park for us, but it depends again how Ole sets up for me. But it should be an easy win. Easy win.
Okay, you're saying easy win. Statman, do you echo those sentiments? Are you was gassed? Me and you actually haven't spoke about this. Can we win the league? I was hearing while we was doing our watching on, people was in the comments talking about Statman's gassed on Rance's channel talking about we can win the league. Like, what's your thoughts?
What, for Southampton? 9-0 victory. That's what I expected it. I want another 9-0. Because I can't lie, you see Southampton, these men are dead. Like I said, they were gonna get relegated. They lost Vestergaard. Adam Armstrong scored a nice goal. I'll give him that. But no Danny Ings. Who else have they really signed? I can't remember.
I think 2 fullbacks or one of them.
Oh, they signed that Chelsea Levemento, whatever the guy's name is. Like, come on, man. We're a lot better than them. Like Leeds were a biggest test, and we batted them 5-1.
True.
So like the Southampton game does not scare me, and I think we're probably playing further forward. If Southampton do sit back in a low block kind of thing, we should be kind of calm because now we've got more creativity going forward. We should be able to see Jadon Sancho probably play a bit more minutes now. We also played in the behind closed door friendly against Burnley. I think
Burnley, innit? Yeah, Fred scored again. My goal scoring Fred. You know what I'm saying?
He scored in that.
Yeah, Fred scored. This is what I'm hearing. Yeah.
I think I heard Martial got a goal and assist as well.
Yeah, Fred Lingard and Martial.
Yeah. So Martial looks like he's back. Decent run of form for him now. Let's hope. Well, hopefully.
No, actually, you know that Martial goal. I saw the video on Twitter. Maguire headed it on his shoulder and it went in. So if we're gonna count as a Martial goal, we count it. But yeah.
Listen, we have to move shameless with it. Let Martial get the goal.
He will, man. Martial will come good.
And I think like the positivity around the club is very, very high right now, isn't it? So I think like we're all optimistic for now.
We are very. The optimism is very high. Large up Kevin Fraser, who's always here dropping this. He doesn't say anything else on this channel, in it. He'll drop in and he'll say Super Champions of Europe, you know what we are, and then he'll leave. Like that's what's always a 199 super chat. It doesn't matter if it's ManDem United podcast, if it's the NBA, you know what I'm saying, if it's the sports Q&A, he'll just drop this super chat. Large up Kevin though, in it. And yeah, Super Champions of Europe, we know what we are, in it. Jesus, you Chelsea fans, in it. Like I say, oh yeah, speaking of that, Ballers at the Bridge podcast, 11:30 tomorrow. So that's the Chelsea show. They'll be back. But the positivity, I agree with what you're saying there, Statman. The positivity is, I haven't seen everybody this upbeat in a minute. Like, I can't remember the last time. Like, obviously, Manchester United fans are shameless. Normally, after a great result or a big win, like PSG away last season, we're all gassed up. But this one seems a bit different. I don't know if it's because it's the opening game. And I said this about the Leeds match. Not only did we win 5-1, we deservedly won 5-1. Like, it wasn't like the Chelsea game a couple seasons ago on the opening day where we won 4-0, but it was like 3 late goals and it wasn't really a 4-0 game. Like, we thoroughly deserved to win. Bruno scored a hat-trick. Pogba got 4 assists. Greenwood's goal was banging. Fred even scored. And McFred looked good. Defensively, we looked solid as well. The goalkeeper had very little to do. And that's why everyone's confident. You're talking 9-0. Zeno, what's your score prediction? What are you saying?
Oh, I was joking with that, by the way, but...
Are you sure? I think
3-0. 3-0 is just the standard. Bruno 2 goals. And Greenwood again. Money makes Gunwood.
Money makes. Okay. All right. Well, so Statman, what's your score prediction? We'll start. We'll go there regardless.
So I think Southampton was 3-1 the other day against Everton, isn't it?
Yes.
And I think we're away from home, I think, is this time, innit?
Yes, it's at St. Mary's.
So I'll probably... Listen, I'm taking a 2-0, innit? Hopefully Rafa Varane clean sheet. Sancho gets a bit more minutes. Well, who knows? Maybe Martial might get a goal or something. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, but does he go with the same team, though? I think after you win 5-1, you have to go with the same team, surely.
I don't think Ole is going to start Varane, though. I'll play Sancho over James, but keep the rest the same.
I agree with you, look. Like, I'd love to see Sancho start. Like, I'm a big fan of Sancho. That being said, I don't see him. You know what Ollie's like? He'll always revert back to type. So they've won 5-1. He'll go with James. I don't want to see it, and he'll go with McFred. That being said, the McFred one I more understand because when we seen the lineup, I think everybody unanimously was complaining about that. But they delivered. Like Scott McTominay and Fred, it worked. Like they did well in the midfield. James, not so much. So if he kept McFred, I'd understand that. James has got to go, though. That's one thing I'd got to say. James has definitely got to go.
Shocking other day, man. Like his end product in the final third. Like I think me and Zeno were talking about. Like we were kind of fluid in the final third, and then Dan James got the ball and ruined everything most of the time. Yeah, like in the nicest possible way. Like, listen, Sancho has to come back in, man, or Sancho just start for once.
Sancho definitely has to come in. I'd love to see Varane as well, but like I said, Lindelof and Maguire did well. Even though they had very little to do against Leeds, they defended well. Like I don't remember Leeds creating too much or causing us too many problems. And I seen from your average position map, Statman, how like every United player was in the Leeds half. And I keep mentioning this because I like that. You know what I mean? On the front foot football, playing with intent, like pressing them, sustaining attacks. And when you can sustain attacks with the quality we have, this is why you can score 5 goals. This is why you can do that. Lajub, give it to Mikey for the super chat. He says, no excuse for less than 19 points by the Liverpool match. Let me pull up the fixtures. You're saying by 19 points by the Liverpool match. All right.
How many games?
Have a look. Yeah, I'm literally going to check now. Like, I'm literally pulling this up now. Let me have a look. Literally pulling this up. So, obviously, it's Southampton next. Then away to... So, well, 1 second. So Southampton the next. Wolves. Then Newcastle at home. West Ham away. Villa at home. Everton at home. Leicester away. And then Liverpool at home. So he's saying 8 games, we should have 19 points. That's what he's saying. No less than 19 points, I should say. Well, obviously including the Leeds game. So that's 1, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you're saying 8 games, 19 points. That's almost like 100%.
The only team we'd probably struggle against is Leicester.
I don't think Everton at home's a gimme. Everton at home is definitely not a gimme. You can't just be like, yeah, we're just gonna roll over Everton at home, because you know what Rafa Benitez is gonna do. He's gonna come to Old Trafford and shut up shop, 100%. Like he's tactically good enough to navigate a result, 100%. Whether that's a draw, whether that's a win. You're saying 19 points, like they're not gimmies. West Ham away is another one. That's not a gimme. West Ham away, they always bang up for that.
Nah, man, but look at our team, bro. Look at our team. They can come and shut up shop. But when Pogba's playing further forward, they can put 10 at the back, man. It's fine.
I get that to an extent. But West Ham away, I don't think that's easy either. The other results I get. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the other fixtures I understand. I can say Wolves away. All right, that makes sense. Newcastle at home, cool. Even Villa at home, which is in there. That's not going to be easy. Do I expect us to beat Aston Villa? Yes. Or do I think it's going to be easy? No. I don't see that. Go on, what's your thoughts on it, Statman? I just think that's very ambitious, I would say.
No, I think that's fair, because let's be honest, we have the second best squad in the league right now.
Who do you think is first?
City.
Just asking, all right, okay, cool. So you think we have a better squad than Chelsea, yeah?
Yeah, I'd probably say so. Or even if we don't, it's very, very tight between us and Chelsea. Mm-hmm. And we're not playing Chelsea or City. So technically, we should be beating everyone if football is played on paper. Like, we're looking at Everton. Everton could potentially be a tough game. I hear that. But at the same time, our starting 11 is better than their starting 11.
True.
And let's be honest, let's see how Rafa settles in. I know he won his first game 3-1. Let's see how he's doing by that stage. Mm-hmm. Leicester, you never know with Brendan Rodgers in it. It's going to be a tough game, but at the same time, you never know Leicester's injury record, for example. Like I swear their players just fall down like flies. So by that time, who knows?
Yeah.
So I'll be honest, I'm confident for these games.
All right. So you saying what? That's fair. You saying 19 points, yeah, from 8 games.
I think that's a bare minimum. We could easily get more than 19.
Zeno, are you with that? Zeno, like you're on board.
I don't see where we lose. Though. I get how it could be a tough game, but we have the better team, man. I don't see how we lose.
But that could have been. That's the same thing. I'm just playing devil's advocate here. That was the same for last season.
No, but look at the team now, though.
So you're saying because the team's better than what it was last season, which I do agree with. But we had better teams than a better team than Leicester last season.
I think now we just have
Everton.
Yeah, I think, but now we have a better starting 11. Because even though we did have a better team last season, we still had a few bad players where they need to be relied on coaching, and you know, can't rely on Ole for that. But like we said, if we have a starting 11 of world-class players, then it makes Ole's job way easier. He just has to choose the right people. So again, I don't think it's going to be tough. Ole literally has the easiest job from all the top 6 clubs. He just has to choose the right people. So it's up to Ole now.
Will he choose the right people though? That's where my issues lie.
Wait and see. Yeah.
I have zero faith in this man. I know Statman's to get me the Ole in bandwagon and that.
No. I'm not Ole in here, but you see me.
It's not.
I'll give the man credit when his credit is due, kind of. And I did 5-1. I can't complain.
I can't complain. I gave him full credit. Like I even so my connection went on my back.
Yeah,
my connection went on my back. Yeah, it dropped out. Yeah, I said that I give full credit to Ole and the players for that fight. You can't complain when you play. If United play like that, I'll shut up. Even if we draw at Southampton, but play in that fashion, it's like their goalkeeper just had an amazing game. Hold my hands up and go, yeah, that can happen type of thing. Give it to Mikey with another super chat. Love, he says, I'm allowing for 2 draws. So Mikey, you're looking at 2 draws and no losses all the way up into the Liverpool game. So you telling me United ain't dropping points? We're not dropping points, ain't losing. We play Liverpool. Wait, one sec, where we at? In the end of October. So you're saying the rest of this month, the whole of September and the majority of October, we're not losing. I can't see that happening.
You know, one thing I say about that is, I think we pretty much got 1 game per week until that time anyway.
Okay.
Until the Champions League and stuff is back in it. Or we might have like a little Carabao Cup fixture, which we should be able to beat anyone with our second string team anyway.
That's true. I do agree with that. Yeah, I do agree.
So we should be calm.
So you lot are sounding like the league's on its way. Give it to Mikey, Zeno, Statman. What is the league coming to OT? Yeah.
Listen, as much as we want to do the United, we want to do the United propaganda and stuff, innit? But I think City started the season poorly last season. Let's see how they will react.
Yeah,
there's still time for another striker, for example, like Harry Kane. Let's see what happens. I still think there's like 12 days of the window left.
Yeah, and they are playing Norwich at home. Let's keep that into perspective. They have. So that is, I've said that's the perfect game to bounce back because I watched them against Liverpool, and they normally like teams battling relegation. They have that 1 or 2 players who like they're X factors. Norwich offered nothing. Like going forward, absolutely, because Liverpool weren't great, but they did enough. And Liverpool, but they were comfortable. There was never at one point in that game did I think Norwich weren't going to lose. It was just a question of how many goals Liverpool were going to score and when. But yeah, give it to Mikey. Everyone's confident in that. You know what I'm saying? So, but Statman, you telling me no league, innit? You didn't answer the question. What are you saying? The league on its way to Old Trafford, yeah?
Listen, we might as well be shameless. It's coming, you know. 21 and
22.
I just want to say the views and thoughts of Statman are the views and thoughts of Statman alone and not the views of Flawless Mr. Take Note or the Sarcasm City TV channel on a whole. Thank you very much for tuning in.
He's live. I'm part of the channel right now.
Bro, before we started the live, Flawless told us he thinks we're going to win the league. He's just coming in here and chatting shit.
Oh, yeah. Look at these two.
Even said the Champions League as well.
Look at these two in it. We know where the Champions League going and it's not coming to Manchester. Well, that's a whole other conversation. We know where it's going. It ain't Munich either. That's what I say about that.
And it ain't Paris either.
All right, so where's it going then?
The Red Alpha Manchester.
Oh, is it okay? So we winning a double, yeah. Hey, somebody clip this, please.
Nah, actually,
man here talking about.
Let me relax. But you see with the Champions League, yeah.
You need to
one thing I say, you never know with the luck of the draw.
True.
Secondly, I even said this last year. I think we could cause damage to any single team in the world.
I agree.
I'm not saying we can win, but we can cause damage with our front three. And now we've got Jadon Sancho coming into that.
True.
On the counter, I'll probably say we are more of a knockout stage team right now.
We definitely have, because in knockout games, it normally is a piece of individual brilliance or mistake that gets you through those. And one thing we are stacked with, adding Sancho in, is individual brilliance. Like we are stacked in that area, like absolutely. So I get what you're saying. Like
And
even if there's a knockout tie, I expect us, even if we're not favorites, I would expect us to compete with PSG. We're not gonna get 10-2 like certain teams in North London twice in a row. You get what I'm saying? Like we're gonna compete with a PSG, we're gonna compete with a Bayern Munich, Chelsea, City. I'm not expecting us to get slapped. Even if we lost 2-1 over 2 legs, I'd be like, you know what? Hold my hands up. It's PSG. It's Bayern Munich.
And another thing, yeah, how many starting 11s in Europe can you actually say are better than ours right now? PSG definitely.
PSG.
Bayern Munich definitely.
Yeah, I put City.
City.
Just the midfield's a problem area. Now with Lukaku, I'd probably go Chelsea.
But even then, we probably will be competing with Chelsea.
I think we compete with all
starting 11. Yeah. Fine, say Chelsea. That's 4 right now that you can say confidently.
Yeah.
So we're saying minimum quarterfinals, depending on the luck of the draw.
I've said that before. Luck of the draw is definitely a part of it. Like when that draw, when the quarterfinal, I think it was the second knockout round, it was the quarterfinals was drew. I said Chelsea getting to the final because everyone was over the other side, and that's not disrespect to Chelsea. They fully took advantage of a favorable draw. We've seen Italy do it in the Euros and win it. We've seen England do it and get to the final. Like that's what you're supposed to do. That's never a shot. That's not your fault who you draw. Go on, Zeno. What was you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say the same thing. We have the best team, and quarterfinals is minimum expectation for us. If it's anything less, I'm gonna be pissed off, especially coming out of the group stages. if we come out of the group stages, it's long. I think he has to go straight away.
Yes, 100%. Zidane is on the stuff today. How old are you, fam? He says, we can go with the league unbeaten. People don't understand the impact of a right winger. I fully understand the impact of having Sancho and having a right winger. That being said, the league unbeaten. You know how many great sides in the Premier League have not done that? Unbeaten. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's many, many, many great sides that haven't done that. You know how difficult that is to do. That's very difficult. But yeah, Zidane's convinced. He's talking about, we win in the league, the impact of a right winger, blah, blah, blah. Someone asked earlier, though, would you start Lindelof against Southampton? We'll go to you with that, Zeno. Would you start Lindelof against Southampton?
If Varane is fit, start Varane, man. I don't know. I was thinking about this before. I have mixed feelings. Varane didn't play the pre-match or the behind closed doors. So I don't know if he's fully fit or Ole is just saving him or whatever. But for me, I think I'll start Lindelof. Because Vestergaard, I think in the air, he was one of their main threats. And, Lindelof in the air gets bullied. I don't know who else they have who's told. Their 2 strikers, Armstrong and Che Adams. I don't know if who's the other centre-back. They're just weak for me. So,
Vestergaard's left as well. You know what I'm saying?
So I think it should be fine starting Lindelof. So I don't mind. I don't mind starting Lindelof. He had a good game against Leeds, so I'd start him.
Yeah, Lindelof. Statman, what are you telling me?
I'll probably start Victor Lindelof for our 2 games before the international break. Because I think then Rafa Varane will obviously go with France, play 2 or 3 games, I don't know how many they have, and then come back into United with the match fitness. I think that's the smartest thing to do right now.
Yeah, because he didn't even play, like when Varane didn't play against Burnley in the behind the closed doors game, I was like, you're way off the pace. If you're not even playing in the behind the closed, in a friendly basically, because that's what it was.
To be honest, you never know. He might have come on in the second half. Because I swear I only saw like the starting 11.
Was he on the bench?
I don't know. The only thing I saw was starting 11.
All right. Bailly did play though, so I don't know. Who did you see start?
I can't even remember now.
Back.
I swear Maguire started.
Yeah.
Maguire did start. It was
Maguire and Bailly.
Yeah.
Bailly's back now as well.
If Varane made an appearance, I think it would have been all over.
Oh, no, I hear that. Ryan's in the comments talking about the Champions League coming to Merseyside. Again, the draw, actually. It's all about the draw. That's what I'd say about that. It is all about the draw. But yeah, now, Daniel, I do respect Lindelof. And again, that's why I would start him, because you have to give him credit. Because if Lindelof played poor against Leeds, we'd all be asking for him to get dropped. So that's why we have to credit good performances. You should be rewarded. Same with McFred. Like if they would have played poor against Leeds and we draw that game 1-1, we're all on here complaining, us three. Everybody in the chat is talking about how bad it is. You have to reward good performances. You know what I'm saying? Like, would I prefer to see Sancho ahead of James? Yes, but But you know what Ollie's like. It's hard to change a 5-1 winning team, to be honest. It is very tough.
I hear that, yeah, but the Sancho thing you can kind of do, innit?
Yeah.
Because first of all, he's a forward. Secondly, he played the preseason or whatever, the behind closed door game. And thirdly, Dan James was shocking. So there's a reason why you switch it.
Yeah. 100%. Like, I would like to see Sancho ahead of James, of course, from the start. Like, let's see how it goes. I would love to see that. Does it happen? You don't know in it. You know what I'm saying? We don't really know in it. Yeah.
Well, you never know.
I think it does. I think it does maybe because Dan James, the way Leeds play? I think Ole may have started Dan James because of how Leeds play. I think Southampton it's different, so maybe he does start Sancho.
Yeah, because I'm expecting Southampton to be much more pragmatic and like defensive and sit back. Like,
you never know. Martial might be up top and Mason on the right.
That's a shout.
Maybe.
The thing is, that's one thing about Ollie. He's got options. He legit has a selection headache. Like, I didn't even think of what you just said. But surely Greenwood. Go on.
Did you hear? I think Ollie's comments about Mason playing up front. He's like, he can play on the right, he can play on the left. Like, the goal he scored came from the left. It's not a guarantee that Mason Greenwood is going to be a number 9. So he kind of knows that he's a very good option on the right still.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Very option. So that's how we're looking at it. But one thing that we're talking about is we're debating whether it's going to be Greenwood or Martial playing as a 9. If Sancho's going to play. Like, these are great options to have. Like, I can't believe I'm talking like this. Like, in terms of who's playing up top. Like, it's great to see. I just hope we continue in the same. The Southampton game's not a momentum killer. That's what I'm hoping for. Like, the result's obviously the most important thing, and I would take a poor performance and get the result, whether it was a 2-1. But all I'm saying is I'll prefer to see a performance to match it. Because Southampton are worse than Leeds. So if we can do that to Leeds, why can we not attempt to do that to Southampton? That's just one. I want the intent to be there, even if it goes wrong. Like, let's not go there and give Southampton the ball and let the crowd get up. Obviously, St. Mary's is going to be packed. It's the first time they've been back in a year and a half or however long it's been. So they're going to be bang up for it as well. And it's a big game for them. Obviously, Manchester United are in town, so it's a big game for them, 100%. So we'll soon find out. Ryan's got a question for you. He says, Statman, don't you think Ollie gets too much disrespect?
I think it's deserved. No, like, it fully is after we haven't won anything for the last, 3-4 years. And the way we lost the Europa League final, you have to give the guy criticism.
And even getting to the Europa League final coming from the Champions League, like, no one talks about that. We shouldn't have been in the Europa League final. It's not an achievement getting there, especially we didn't win it as well. It's crazy.
No,
exactly.
Right. So yeah, it's not when Statman's saying that, and he's probably out of the United fans like the most level-headed. Like, he's the last one to criticize something. Like, when Statman says something's bad, that's when you know it's bad, innit? Like, the way Statman spoke about Dan James, I know he's a bad player and that. Like, he played bad because Statman is always the last to do that. So
I remember, I think there was a point in the Red Talk group chat that I was backing Dan James. I think it was.
Yeah, it was in the Red Talk group chat. Yeah, he was backing, and I was like, "What is Statman done?" Like, Statman always got to be different, but here we are. You know what I'm saying? MB says, a question for you, Free. Do you think Lingard will still be a United player before the window closes or end up leaving? We'll go to you on that, Zeno.
Lingard, I think I saw him linked on Twitter just before coming on. But I don't know. I think he should stay. If we want to compete, especially in everything, Ole can't take risks. When we play against the lower level sides in the Carabao Cup or FA Cup, we need to have our good squad depth. We cannot be burning out Bruno or our main players. We have such a good second string team as well. And also Lingard, for some games as an impact player, I'd keep him. But again, I don't think he goes. I think Ole will keep him, actually. To sell Lingard, it would be a waste, I think, because we loaned out so many kids as well. I think Ahmad and Chong, even though they don't get minutes, but Ahmad was a big one who would have been next up. And I think if you get rid of Jesse Lingard, now we're cutting out our squad depth. And that's a big thing, that we have a good squad. I think we should keep him, and I think he does stay.
I hear that. Statman, thoughts on J Links?
I think we should keep him. I do agree with that, but I think he probably will be leaving to West Ham, innit? Because I think, did you see the thing about, I think, what was his name? Darren Randolph. He posted something like Jesse C.
On the something. In his Instagram story, Darren Randolph,
so I do think, like, potentially he could probably be leaving. And it makes sense for his career.
No, I hear that. Yeah, again, for Lingard, if I'm advising him, I'm telling him to go West Ham. But to what Zeno's saying, I'd rather see him stay because I still think he can be an effective squad player. Like, I don't understand the Jesse Lingard disrespect. Yes, he went through a poor run of form, as every player goes through a poor run of form. And bear in mind, I don't judge Jesse Lingard at the levels of a first teamer from Manchester United. Like, when I say that, I mean first 11 because I don't think he's that. But can he be an effective squad? Absolutely. Like, if he's fit, he could have played and had more impact in that Leeds game than Dan James. If someone's not fit, why can't you bring him on? Man can play 10, he can play right, he can play left. I don't see he assists goals, good player. I don't understand the disrespect that Jesse Lingard gets. However, it doesn't seem Ollie likes him and it seems he's last in the pecking order. It seems. So for whatever reason that is, I don't know because I know that Ollie was a fan of him initially. So yeah, I'm not sure as to why. Man like Zeno and Flawless and Baines, big up to you lads. Large up Ali every single time. Were you guys gassed with the what reports? What's this?
So, what's his name? The midfielder.
Is it Tuchemeni? Have we been linked with Tuchemeni? I didn't know that. Have we actually been?
I don't know anything about it. We're currently not in talks or anything.
We're not.
Yeah, he deaded it recently.
Okay. I don't know anything about. Like, is he a 6? Is he a 8? What is he?
People say he's a holding midfielder. He plays for Monaco. Like, his defensive numbers are probably one of the best that you see. I think he averages like over 4 tackles per 90, close to 12 ball recoveries, which is insane. Yeah. But when I read stuff about him, they say he should be playing a bit further forward and stuff, innit? He's more of a 8 rather than a 6.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's saying it got dismissed. United fans were gassed for an hour yesterday because we got linked with a 6. That's why. I'm gassed. I'm hearing he's a 6. You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's probably like similar to. You see, Kante has elite defensive numbers, but the guy's not in number 6, is he?
Yes, I get what you're saying.
I think Tuchemeni falls in that mold from what I've read.
Yeah. No, I hear that. Ali here says, should we play Pogba left wing or central midfield is the real question because we lose a position for Rashi and TM. We lose out on Donny. Go on, I was going to answer, but go on, Zeno kissed his teeth. Go, fam.
Bro, Rashford can sit out this league campaign. I'm not gonna lie. If Pogba's playing well, I think Pogba is better than Rashford, especially playing further forward. I think, look, if we're gonna have McFred and then play Pogba, it's better than playing Pogba DM with McTominay or Fred. I think Pogba does create more than Rashford, surely, playing further forward, and also it takes pressure off Bruno. Bruno can make the false 9 runs and be a false 9 because Pogba comes in and plays like a 10 anyways. But whereas if he's playing back, he said himself he has to focus more defensively. And we're wasting Pogba if we keep him back.
No, I hear
especially just to finish off, especially because we don't have a DM. Like, if you're going to play Pogba in the midfield, at least, play with someone who complements him and gives him more freedom to go forward.
Yeah, how I look at this is because I'll let Statman answer in a second. Somebody's going to miss out when you have top players. When you have all the attacking options, we see it at Manchester City. I say it all the time. They have Mahrez, Sterling, Bernardo Silva, De Bruyne, Gundogan, Grealish. Somebody's going to be on the bench. And it's the same for us. If our front three is Pogba, Greenwood, and Sancho, Rashford will be on the bench. Donny will be on the bench. Juan Mata will be on the bench. Lingard, if he's still there, will be on the bench. Like, that's going to Cavani will be on the bench. Like, that's how it works. I've already said Rashford shouldn't be playing in our front three. You know what I'm saying? It should be Pogba on the left and Rashford on the right. However, if Pogba's form drops off, you put in Rashford. If Sancho's form drops off, you can put in Rashford. That's what it is. It's competition for places. And same with Donny. If Donny does get on the pitch and gets a fair shot, he has to take his chance too. That's what top clubs is all about, like competition for places. One thing what was said about the people was always defending Ollie was, our bench is dead. That's why he don't make changes. Our defense, our bench is dead. Our bench is no good. He doesn't have the options. Now he has a plethora of options. Now you have more options than you know what to do with, to the point where certain people ain't going to make the squad. So utilize it. It's an election headache. And this is what you have to do. What are you saying, Statman?
It's a tough one, isn't it? Because the thing is, you see Paul Pogba, he's probably better in those central areas. Mm-hmm. But for now, just because we haven't got a holding midfielder, which will give him the license to go forward, I'll probably still say he's better on the left in this current United setup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But long term, I want to see the guy back in midfield.
Yeah. I'd rather see him as an 8 and we just play 1-6 and run it. Again, do we have a 6 to go away to PSG and play that and away at the Allianz? No. Can we play 1-6 as we see in this last weekend against Leeds? Yes. There's no reason why we couldn't have had, say, Fred in there or just McTominay, and you have Pogba and Bruno, and say Rashford was fit, Rashford from the left against Leeds. It's Leeds. Again, no disrespect, they're a mid-table club. You don't need a world-class holding midfielder to defeat. If you do to defeat and beat mid-table clubs, you're in the wrong profession. Because that shouldn't be a problem area. And I say this all the time. There's no reason why Pogba and Bruno can't play as 8s, and then it opens up the space for Rashford. And then not only do you have Pogba and Bruno attacking, you also have Rashford and Sancho and the striker. Now rather than a front 4, we now have an attacking 5. Now they've got something else to think about. Nobody wants to see that. Pogba and Bruno's in central areas. And you've got Rashford and Sancho and let's say Martial or Greenwood up top. And then you've got Martial coming off the bench or Diallo. Well, Diallo's going out alone, but Adoni coming off the bench or Juan Mata or Lingard because he's still here. I hear what I'm saying, people. Like, it's nowhere near. Yes, it is a problem area, but you still work around it. City won the league without a striker. You work around problems. That's how I look at it.
And you know the Pogba, the left wing thing as well. Remember last year how I kept saying we need a creative winger?
Yes.
We got that creative winger in Jadon Sancho now to complement our front 4. So Pogba can move back into midfield.
True. That's a valid point. Yeah. That is a very, very, very valid point. Zidane talking about we'll win 3 trophies. He is gassed up. Gassed up. I love to see it though. Ali says, how many positions do we need to get who are world class to challenge for the title? I say 3 and a right back who's competition for Wan-Bissaka. We need a 6 and a striker. To be honest, I think we just need a 6 and a new manager, and then we challenge. To keep it real, like that's what it is. And even without the 6, a new manager, I think this team challenges. Like I seen someone posted up, was it ESPN, and it was like our squad depth, and it was crazy. Like I didn't realize how strong our squad was, and then obviously like they have the starting 11, but then they have all the names backing it up, and I'm like, our squad depth is crazy. Like not only do we have a fantastic we have a very good first 11. The squad depth is now there because when you improve your first 11, the players that dropped out, then we go to your bench. And I've said that for the longest. Like that's what Dan James should be. Well, he shouldn't really be here, but he should be a squad player. I've said this for the longest. But we'll soon find out. We will. One sec. I'm trying to find it now.
I think people disrespect Greenwood a lot. Like everyone's saying, oh, next season we should go for Haaland. Why should we go for Haaland? Maybe get a 6 and a right back. I don't know if I'm overrating Greenwood, but I'd rather keep Greenwood or play Greenwood striker.
No,
I don't know. Maybe I'm just overrating Greenwood, but I think we should if we're going in for Haaland and not going in for a 6 or right back, focus on the 6 or the right back. I think give Greenwood those minutes playing number 9. That's his natural position.
I think it's what's it called? I think it depends a lot on whether Cavani stays and Martial.
I think Cavani's definitely leaving next year.
So if Cavani leaves, I say Martial has another poor season, we'll probably go get Haaland or a striker because Martial might get moved and then Cavani's not. So you've only got 1 land.
Ollie loves Haaland as well, innit? Because obviously the Norwegian links, he's managed him before, innit?
Yeah.
But I do think that with Haaland, the guy is literally an elite level finisher. He's going to be one of the best players in the world. So I think when an opportunity comes where you can potentially sign Haaland, for me, you can't have to do it, especially at a cut price next year.
Fair enough.
So I'm sipping one. Nah, I hear what you're saying with that. 100%. I get that. But we'll see. But again, if we go into next season with Martial and Greenwood as our 9s, I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
But do you bypass what Statman said in terms of, he's an elite finisher? Say what you want about. We're going to find out much more about him this season, because people are going to start watching him closely. But one thing he can do is finish. You know what I'm saying? His goal return tells you all you need to know. I've only watched him like bits and pieces, but he is one thing about him, he is technically better than I expected him to be. Because he did at first, when I looked at him initially, he gave me Lukaku vibes. I'm like, nah, you're kind of technically sound. So yeah, we'll see what go on. Daniel says Greenwood will become a world-class striker. You don't need Haaland. But again, it's a competition for places. If Haaland becomes available at the right price, do you overlook that? It's a bit like the Varane one. Varane's at the right price. Obviously, he was needed, but you don't overlook somebody of that caliber. It's the same with me with Haaland. Like, do you all the potential, and he has sell-on value as well. Like, even if he stays for 5 years, you can probably sell him on for more. Because what's his release clause? Is it 50, 60 million they're talking about next season? That's a steal.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
If he comes and plays well, you're doubling that. If he comes and plays well, if you're selling him on probably to a Real Madrid or Barcelona, you're doubling that. You're getting 100 million, 110 million. That's how I look at it, type of thing. But yeah, man, we'll soon find out.
It's kind of like, you see Camavinga.
Yeah.
I always said we don't need Camavinga because
yeah.
I don't think he solves any of our like immediate issues. But for that price, you kind of have to do it because the guy has the potential to be one of the best midfielders in the world. I think Haaland is in that same mode kind of thing, innit? With that we don't necessarily need him. But if a player of that caliber becomes available, you kind of have to do it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's one of those you have to look at it closely type of thing. You have to look at it closely. And you lot get the likes up on the video, people. Continue to share, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to Statman Baines' channel as well. Check out Zeno on TikTok as well. But we'll soon find out. Don KJB says Real Madrid running Galacticos to Haaland, Pogba, Camavinga, Mbappe, all on frees. If they did that, jeez. If they did that, that's mad. If they went and got Haaland, Pogba, Camavinga, and Mbappe all on frees, like they would be. But I could see Real Madrid doing something like that. They're not just gonna lie down.
I don't know if they'll get Haaland, didn't it? Because I think Bayern Munich will probably get rid of. I say get rid of, but like let Lewandowski go potentially next year, innit?
He just said Lewandowski said he wanted a new challenge type of thing. He just said that.
Yeah, I think he'll stay for another year and maybe leave next year on a free, and then potentially look at Haaland because they have been linked to Haaland.
I hear that. I hear that. C1 says flawless. You need NDD more than Haaland, in my opinion, footballing wise. Completely agree. We definitely need that. Is the number one spot right now that we need to fill. Like Statman touched on it in wanting and needing players, and there is a difference. At certain players, you don't need, but you're like, I'll get because it's too good a player to pass up at that opportunity. But yes, and indeed, a 6 is needed. Everyone can see that in our team. That's the one area I think Manchester United fans would be gassed up about if we went and got a Varane level DM or a Sancho level DM, and that's what we're hoping for. But we'll see.
And the Haaland thing as well, yeah, you see from a United business point of view, he's so marketable, and he's probably going to be one of the most marketable players coming up in the next couple of years, kind of thing.
Yeah, no facts, no.
Because Minarola is trying to build that brand around him and stuff.
Yeah, Minarola is very, very clever in what he's in what he does. In that sense.
But that's the thing, though. I think no one wants Raiola, especially United. I don't know if they'd want to deal with him again. So I don't know. It's a sticky one.
They'll deal with him for the right player, right player.
You know what it is? It's just fans overreacting it. Like Raiola is one of the best agents in the world. You can't deny it.
I agree.
There's a reason he has the best clients in the world.
Facts.
Yeah, it's just the United fans.
Yeah, we know, because it's just reactionary, and it's not just United fans. That's fans in general. Like, look at game week 1. You see reactionary fans. You know what I'm saying? And that, like Ryan's talking about Liverpool winning the league because they beat Norwich. Prime example. You get what I'm saying? And that he wasn't talking about that beforehand. They beat Norwich 3-0, and all of a sudden Liverpool can now win the league. Spurs beat City. All of a sudden Pep's no good, and City are way off the pace. You know what I'm saying? Type of thing. We win 5-1. Used to a prime examples. Now Man United can win the league. This is what I'm talking about. Like, people are very reactionary after game week 1. Now that's a prime example. Like, and I think the first match weekend as well is always the most reactionary. It's the time everyone gets to see their team. Everyone gets gassed up. You know what I'm saying? And now all of a sudden is Bielsa a fraud? Are Leeds no good? Are they in trouble? Etc. You get all of these type of questions. Villa were everyone's dark horses and they lost to Watford. Are we overhyped? It's like, it's one game. These things happen. But people gonna let them
with the first couple of fixtures, it's kind of like players are still coming back from pre-season and stuff, innit?
True that.
We obviously had the international tournament this year. So let's just wait until the first couple of weeks are over. After the international break, then you can fully kind of judge, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A man are talking about, what was it, 19 points from the first 8 games or something like that. Man said I'm allowing 2 draws and no defeats in the first 8-9 games. And yes, our squad is deep. Like, I have no issues with our squad. Everyone knows what my problem is. And I think that will come back to... That'll be the problem in the end. And that tough run we're going through in October, November, Which actually, I want to get your thoughts on Statman because me and Zeno went through it on the last show. Because obviously we play City, we play Arsenal, we play Chelsea, we play Leicester, we play Spurs, all in that period. So we'll go through it right now. So let me go through the fixtures. So
October
where we at?
2nd, I think.
Yeah. So from October 2nd, home to Everton. What are you saying? Obviously, this can change that, man, because injuries going into it, form, what's going on, etc. But yeah, we'll go off. Obviously, we'll get you back on closer to the time. But yeah, United, Everton. What are you saying?
Win.
You reckon we can beat Everton? All right, win. Okay. All right. I mean, man, leant forward and said it with chest. Leicester away on the 16th of October.
Leicester away.
Leicester away on the 16th of October.
I'll probably say win.
Leicester. Okay. Liverpool at home on the 24th of October.
At home. You expect to win, but I would take a draw right now.
So are you saying win or draw? What are you telling me?
See, you never know with volley in big games, innit? Because obviously last year was just shocking.
Yep.
I'll say draw right now. But let's see closer to the time.
You saying draw? Okay. All right. Saying draw. So that's 7 points. The next game after that is the 30th of October, 6 days later, away at Spurs.
You never know with Nuno, innit? Like, they're always hard to beat. So, I'll say win.
Saying win?
Yeah, I'll say win right now.
Okay, 6th of November, at home to Manchester City.
Draw.
Okay.
I don't think City beat us. I think it'll be a cagey game that.
Okay. And then international break and then the 20th of November away at Watford.
Away at Watford. Yeah. You know what's mad? I can see United drawing that more than the other games because it's the first game back after international break. But I'm gonna say win.
Okay. 7 days later, away down at the library at the bridge against Chelsea.
My head says a loss, but I'm gonna say a draw. Because I think Chelsea are very, very hard to beat, innit?
Okay. Home to Arsenal on the 30th, 3 days later.
It's Arsenal. It's fully Arsenal. Like, we should be beating them, but we always struggle against Arsenal. So I'll say draw.
So you have us going through this run unbeaten.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's a great point. I'm not just here to make
but realistically,
we win in the league.
No, I trust this side, innit? Like, we will drop points. There's still quite a couple draws in there.
Yeah, you put draws in there.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say go on.
Going through that patch, I don't think we're gonna do as bad as people think. Like, I trust this squad, and obviously it depends, innit? We still got the Champions League and stuff as well.
True.
In between those games, so let's see how Oli rotates now. That's another thing.
Yeah, we'll soon find out. Here's the thing with that. You just picked us there. I reckon there's going to be more draws. I don't think we get battered. I could just see loads of draws during that period because I can see him not wanting to lose. Because say we lose the first couple, he doesn't want to lose 3, 4, 5 on the bounce. You know what I'm saying? And then the momentum's gone. Because again, that's a tough. If we come out of that period and we're anywhere near the top of the league, we're in such a good standing to actually make a legitimate title challenge. Because like I said, go on.
Even last year, when we play these top sides, we just sat back. We got bare 0-0 draws, innit? And now, even if we do sit back, we got more depth up top where we can hurt teams with Satchel and stuff. So, low key, I'm a bit confident compared to last year for these bigger games.
Low key, you ain't a bit confident. You're a lot confident. I just ran through them fixtures and I lost it even cross your mind.
What's that? 16 points in the run. How many games?
We went through. All right, let's add it up. So we said Everton win. That's 3 points. Leicester win. That's 6 points. Liverpool draw. That's 7 points. Spurs win. That's 10 points. City, did you say draw?
I think so.
Yeah, 11 points.
Yeah.
Watford, you said win. That's 14 points. Chelsea, you said draw. That's 15 points. Arsenal, you said win. That's 18 points. You expect us to get 18 points from there.
Well, Arsenal, I think I said draw, didn't I?
You said draw. All right, so that makes it, 16? So you confident? Because Zeno, I think when you did it, what did you say? Like 6? You said similar. Something like that, wasn't it?
I don't know how it could be 17. I think I said the only game we would lose is against Chelsea.
Yeah. You lot keep the show going 1 second. Bear with me 1 second.
Yeah. Because even Ole hasn't beaten Arteta, has he?
That's what I'm saying. That the Arsenal game is going to be tough, innit? Even though on paper we should be battering Arsenal, kind of thing. And obviously, I think the Watford game could be tough as well, just because it's after an international break.
That's the thing. I think the only reason why I'm gassed for this league is because if you look at our team on paper, we're crazy. And if City don't get a striker, I think that's why I said the only team we'd lose to is Chelsea.
Yeah, Chelsea will be tough. Because we've seen Man City, one of the best sides in the Premier League for the last 10 years. When they play Chelsea, they struggle.
Yeah.
Tuchel just.
Well, why I'm confident
so
is
secure.
even though I think we were good defensively though against the big six, weren't we? So I don't mind. Look, if we get a draw against Chelsea, I'll take it now, and that's what I'm banking on. Like we cuss McFred a lot, but if they're gonna get us a draw at the Bridge, I'm taking it.
Yeah, and the thing is, against these bigger sides, we know we're gonna sit back in it. That's probably when we see the better of Harry Maguire, for example, when he's not on the halfway line.
Yeah,
Wan-Bissaka has to do his defensive duties defensively. And we probably trust him a lot more in those games, kind of thing.
Yeah. I think even on paper, like we have the best attack in the league. And when we played the Big Six last time, we had such a dead team. And even if we had a good starting 11, there was no one to bring on and change the game. Now we do. So I think, go on.
Even with the attack here, it's kind of like if things are not going well, you still got the option of Pogba potentially being on the left. Martial off the bench, Cavani off the bench, and Cavani's record in I think finals is really good in terms of goals scored and stuff. So if his record in big games is good, surely we could see it for United and stuff.
Yeah, man, we just have to wait and see what Ole does with the squad selection and stuff.
See, that's the big if. This is where my confidence lacks. That's the big if. If he plays this right, I don't think we'll get 17, 18 points from that run. Well, I think even if we got a return of 12 points from that run, that's a good return. Because that's a tough set of fixtures. You know what I'm saying? And like, I think if anybody else is going through that, I don't even think City are expecting 18 points if they're going through that run. If City are playing if City are playing United, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Leicester, all like Everton, I don't think they're looking at it like that. Like, you just need to get through that run without getting beat, pick up a few wins, couple draws, and then win your home games and draw your away games you're looking at. I'm saying, like, that's how I would look at it, because that's a tough-ass running. And some of the games are 3-4 days apart, and then you got the international break, and then you come back, and then you're playing Watford, who are probably going to be fighting for their lives. That's how I'm looking at it. And Drizzy, big up for the super chat. He says, what happened to the fantasy league?
This is my fault. I couldn't make it this week, but we'll be back on Monday and tomorrow for the preview.
There you go, innit. So you heard what he said there, people. It was his fault. So fully blame Statman. But Stats,
I own up to that, and it was my fault.
Yeah, he owned it. See that he took accountability in it. It's all Statman's fault. But stats, facts, and vibes will be back. Like, it's not going anywhere. There's a playlist for it on this channel as well, people, so you can check it out. You know what I'm saying? You get it Fridays and Mondays, half free in it. Fridays on Statman's channel. Make sure you subscribe to Statman Baines' channel. And then you get it on Mondays on here, 3:30 p.m. And it's with just me and Statman. Basically, me and Statman just trashing each other's fantasy league teams. That's what it is, isn't it?
I think it's going to be more of Statman coaching you.
He kind of, you know what? He kind of
forget that, man. I'm even shameless with it.
You know what? He coaches on accident. That's what it is, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? Like, he teaches me, but he's not trying to, innit?
No, you know what it is? I'm trying to teach a chat, innit?
So you don't care about me.
But then
this is why I say it's scumbag.
This guy gets the help at the same time.
Yeah, we're supposed to be boys. Drizzy, there's also larger, but super chat says, I swear if Donny is playing in the next 2 games, he should hand in his transfer request. Does Donny get more game time? What we saying? We'll go with you, Statman. Do you think he treats Donny this season how he treated him last season?
It'll be hard to, like, the thing is, he probably will get more game times, isn't it? Because I think last year he started like 4 Premier League games. And obviously, like, this year, he kind of has bulked up a little bit. So, Ollie can't really use the excuse where it's about the physicality of the league. Because he's kind of worked on that. And probably, like, the training staff had, like, an individual plan for him. So, I do think Donny van der Beek will be slightly more. But we have to see about that, innit? Depends what he does with McFred and how it works throughout the next couple games.
No, I hear that. That's a valid point. Zeno, what are you saying?
Yeah, I said it to you last time. I think last season we could blame Ole for not starting Donny because McTominay was poor and Fred. It just, sometimes it just didn't work. But you see, if McTominay and Fred, they keep up good performances, you can't blame Ole. You just have to run with it. But you do play Donny in the cup games and stuff. And if he does take his chance, and he is a baller at the end of the day. But I don't think you can blame Ole if McFred are putting in good performances.
If they play like they did against Leeds, no complaints. As I've said that. I won't be Ole in, but I'll be like, I will stop criticizing him because he's playing in the right manner. Because if he plays attacking with this team, I ain't saying we win in the league, but we could challenge. We could definitely 100% challenge.
You see that comment there by Don KJB when he said
What?
play Donny and Matic versus the low blocks. That's something that Ole needs to do. Like pick games for certain players. Because Donny van der Beek and Matic, when we saw them the other day against Everton, I think it was, in a pre-season game, our transition from defence to midfield to attack was a lot quicker with those two in the midfield. A lot quicker than McFred, for example, because they actually passed forward and they got decent technical ability about them.
Yeah. Nah, 100%. Like 100%. And so someone says Don KJB also said it was Leeds, my guy with no back. You still need to treat them as such, though. You know what I'm saying? We're going to find out a lot more against Southampton. The intent was still there. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm all about how Manchester United play. Like, I'm not too fussed about the opposition. And that's why I repeat myself a lot on this. Like, I'm asking for the bare minimum. Just go out and attack. Like, that is not much to ask for. Like, that's not on the opposition. Like I said, you can have 11 of the worst players in the world and still have an attacking mentality. And you have the players, as we've seen, look at the players that was missing. And we won 5-1 with an attack starring Dan James. Let's keep it real. We won 5-1 with an attack. Everyone criticized, and he was poor with Dan James. And David says, I'm sick of seeing McFred in our midfield. We are not acting like a big club at all. I agree. I didn't want to see McFred. Me and Zeno was on the watch along. Everybody was complaining about McFred, but it works. But like Statman says, it's all about for certain games. I would love to see Donny and Matic for certain games against low blocks. Because one thing we know about Donny, he's very intelligent, and Matic is a very calming influence. So they're going to keep the ball well and keep it moving. Both of them, Matic will pass forward, and so will Donny. Yeah, go on, Zeno. What are you going to say?
No, nothing. I'm agreeing with what you're saying, yeah.
Oh, see, I thought you was going to say something. Go on, Statman.
I was going to say, you see with the midfield, I think it was against Everton. Obviously, like it's hard to tell because there's only one game in it, but you see last year our midfield was kind of like a 2. They both sat. But you see against Everton, we kind of had the second pivot player a bit further forward. So maybe like that actually kind of does work for Matic and Van der Beek at times.
No, I hear that. Maybe it does, like 100%. And even against Leeds, Fred and McTominay went a double pivot. Like one went, one sat. Fred scored. It was times when McTominay was getting forward. That's all we're asking for. You know what I'm saying? Because those two, I don't think those two, if you ask those two, if you ask McFred, did he want to sit? They'd be like, nah, one of us wants to go. Like, you don't need 2 holding midfielders against Leeds. And Leeds are good going forward, but you should dominate the ball.
I think with Leeds, Ole wanted more runners instead of technical ballers because of how they play.
It worked. And it worked. Yeah. To his credit, it worked. He got the 11 spot on because we won 5-1. Like, got it spot on. Big up Ahmed, who says flawless Statman, Zeno, the new Neymar, Suarez, and Messi.
I'm taking
Ahmed,
Neymar.
Appreciate it. Hear me. Go on. Who do you want, Statman? I'll let you. Since you're the special guest, you can pick.
I was going to say, forget Neymar, Suarez, and Messi. How about Mason Greenwood, Sancho, and Pogba?
That's fire still.
Exactly.
That's fire. All right. Since you brought it up and you're the special guest, Statman, before we close out the show, which one of the 3 do you want to take?
Mason Greenwood.
All right. Zeno.
I don't have to speak.
I know you.
I've got a Pogba post on my shirt. I'm taking Paul.
Hey, what 3 did you say? Did you say Greenwood, Sancho, and Pogba?
Pogba.
All right, I'll happily take Sancho. I thought Sancho wasn't going to be there. You know what I'm saying? So I'll 100% take that. But yeah, you lot make sure as well, don't forget this show and all the other shows on Sarcasm City TV minus the watch-alongs are available on audio-only platforms. So you might want to listen while you're driving, while you're cleaning, while you're cooking, while you're at work. You might not want to see our faces. You might just want to listen to us. So SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes links are underneath in the description, people. Yeah, certain people don't get me. They might want to listen more traditional podcasts. You know what I'm saying? And that they might want to listen more traditionally. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, wherever you listen to podcasts, just type in Sarcasm City TV and the ManDem United podcast, and all the other shows will pop up as well. Keep an eye on the upcoming live stream section as well, people. Yeah, because we're gonna close out the show because I got a dip very, very soon. But Statman, hear me, blessed having you on. Defo won't get you back on again. You're not gonna see Statman on the channel anyway, on Stats, Facts, and Vibes, talking his ish, talking his Nanglesman shit. But yeah, anything you want to add before we bounce from?
That's pretty much in it, isn't it? Pretty much it. Tomorrow we got the FPL show. Monday we're back on this channel with the FPL show.
Stats, Facts, and Vibes, people. That's what it is. Stats, Facts, and Vibes. And Statman bringing the stats and the facts, and I'm bringing the vibes. That's why we called the show what we called the show, innit? Straight up vibes thing. You feel me? Zeno, anything you want to... Yeah, Davey, like Statman just said, innit? There's a playlist for it on the channel anyway, people. There's a playlist for it on this channel. So whether it's on Sarcasm City or it's on Statman's channel, you'll see it pop up. But yeah, every Friday, every Monday, 3:30 p.m. Friday, Statman's. Monday, it's on Sarcasm City TV. Zeno, always blessed talking to you, my bro. Anything you want to add before we bounce?
Big up. Yeah, I'm just going to say, remember these 4 numbers, 21 and 22.
Come on.
All right, that's something I'm not getting behind, people. That is something I'm not getting behind. But love to everybody who has locked in to the show. Like I said, keep it posted. Friday, yeah, tomorrow you've got Ballers at the Bridge podcast is back. You know what I'm saying? So check out the upcoming live stream section as well. And that, Ryan, little bro chatting ish in the comments, in it. Liverpool fans for you, and that is what it is, isn't it? Is what it is. Their time's over. They finished behind us. Imagine your greatest ever manager finishing behind Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. The greatest manager in your history finishing behind Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you know, with Dan James playing and Lindelof and Maguire and McFred. Like, it needs to be looked at.
We're still top of the league right now. Feels good.
Yeah, we can talk, man. We can talk.
Where is everybody? Where are these men?
Exactly. Move shameless, flawless. This is what I like to see.
Look at you, lot of jokers. But yeah, love to everyone who has locked in. ManDem United will be back next Tuesday. Obviously, we did it slightly earlier today, but you get it every Tuesday, every Thursday, 5 p.m. Myself and Zeno, sometimes joined by a special guest. Obviously, we always bring you the best special guest. And this has been the ManDem United podcast on Sarcasm City TV. Thank you very much.